This is 101 near misses, where heart-stopping close calls are around every corner. From walking down the street to waiting for a bus. In the workplace to high up in the sky. These astonishing moments could happen to any one of us. So, if you're of a nervous disposition, well, you might want to look away now. As we take you on a death-defying, jaw-dropping, roller coaster ride of near misses. Every 25 seconds, someone in the world dies of road traffic injuries. So, it's no surprise that there are also plenty of near misses on the road. To start us off, we've got a few drivers, their passengers, and other road users who narrowly escaped a fatal end. In China at number 4, a driver's journey is abruptly halted by a falling industrial crane. Whoa, with the car flattened, well, things don't look too good. But how about this? The driver appears unscathed, having cheated death by a matter of inches. Now, a car is approaching a mountain bend with caution. Oh, and with very good reason. Their lives now hang in the balance. Not only did they escape being buried alive by the landslide, but they also narrowly avoided being swept away by the river too. So I tell you what's really annoying, right, is when drivers change lanes at the last second and they cut up other road users. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And it's also dangerous. Well, it's fair to say their car got crushed. They were probably bricking it. Thankfully, though, nobody ended up seriously injured. The faster you travel, the tougher it gets to avoid potential hazards. At 70 miles an hour, the stopping distance for a car is almost 100 metres. You'll have travelled over 20 metres before even reacting. Here we are looking at a driver's point of view from the dash cam of a coach full of day trippers. Whoa, so the driver of this car that spun on the motorway was lucky the coach driver behind reacted so quickly, as were his passengers. Driving at speed on dual carriageways takes care and attention. And you have to be extra careful on a motorbike, as you're vulnerable to vehicles around you. Within seconds, nearly 50 tons of haulage could have crushed this biker to death. Remarkably, after just seeing his life flash before his eyes, this motorcyclist rides off as if nothing happened. A vehicle doesn't have to be travelling at 70 to pose a danger. Oh, look at that. Now, this guy was taking a cheeky nap when he got the mother of all wake-up calls. Oh, can you imagine that, eh? What a nightmare. At a junction, a motorcyclist attempts to turn right. Whoa, as a speeding truck turns left. Well, this matchup was only going to have one winner, wasn't it, eh? Thankfully, though, for the rider, he escaped without a scratch. But the bike, look at the state of that mincemeat. Sticking with vehicles, at number 11, we are moving on to the railways. With over 1 million kilometres of track across the world, well, it's no surprise that there's going to be some lapses in health and safety, and death-defying near misses. On this train in India, they've only gone and left the doors wide open, and one passenger is tempted, well, to cool herself down by being as close to the breeze as possible. Bad idea. Oh, no, I got you. There we go, you're in there. Now, if it wasn't for a quick-thinking bystander grabbing her as she fell, this sadly would have been the last journey she ever made. But she's all right. She's all good. A train pulls into the station. Passengers rush to get off while the train is still moving. Well, that's a bit of a regular occurrence at stations across the world. Well, not so easy when you're carrying luggage, you muppet! But thankfully, they saved him, and, most importantly, his luggage. Meanwhile, back in Blighty, a steam train running through Kemble Station is a rarity, and spectators want to get as close to the action as they can. Whoa! Not that close! Well, that was nearly game over for the snap-happy senior.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, ow! Oh, come on, it's not just trains that can take your head off. This Chancer is just a little bit close to the tracks. Oh, hold on, I think the train's due about now. Come on, hurry up, I can hear it. Quick, hurry up! Oh, the train's coming, quick! Actually, the train was right on time for once. He's gonna have a headache in the morning, but he's all right. At another level crossing, now those barriers are there for a reason. Looks like the cyclist is paying caution to the oncoming train. Good lad, that's it. Off he goes, but without looking at the other track. Well, clearly he never learnt the green cross code, but he's all right. We're going off track now at number 16. We're looking at near misses involving another type of transport, and it's planes. Now, you'd think American stunt pilot Tom Richardson would be safe on the ground. Stunt pilot, he'd be all right. He's aborted a takeoff for technical problems and therefore avoided potential disaster. But the pilot taking off in a plane behind hasn't spotted Tom still on the ground. Ooh, the wing passes just over Tom's head. There's the wing. There's the prayer.
You okay? Back off!
Yeah, he's okay, mate. He's all right. He's all right. We're now 12,000 feet up in the air as two planes carrying 9 skydivers prepare for a group jump. As they move into positions to jump, disaster strikes. The planes collide. As they spiral uncontrollably towards the ground, the skydivers and pilots have seconds to escape. Whoa, and against all the odds, all 9 skydivers and both pilots survived the near miss and walked away without any major injuries. Performing acrobatic stunts in a plane is always a risky business. Now, the idea is to fly close to each other. Not that close! Incredibly, nobody was injured as both pilots managed to land their plane safely. Although once they got to the ground, they probably got their wings clipped. A passenger plane is coming in to land at an airport in Barcelona. Landing gear down, check. Seatbelt sign, check. Runway, not clear. Landing aborted. A few seconds later, and it would have been too late to abort, meaning deadly consequences for passengers and crew on both flights. Here's a plane coming into land, but it isn't a runway, it's a road. The Washington State Patrol officer was alarmed to see a light aircraft passing just inches over the top of his vehicle. So what does he do? He gives chase. Amazingly, though, the plane avoids colliding with other road users. Whoa, this pilot is facing some serious questions. Yeah, but come on, at least he stopped for the red light. With almost 40 million flights a year and only 1 in an 11 million chance of a plane going down, these passengers are in an unfortunate position. The brace position. The captain announces he's making an emergency landing after their plane took off with a blown tyre. Safely on the ground. Hey, does anyone know where they keep the spare? The man with the beard does. This is 101 near misses. A count-up of close shaves, narrowly avoided accidents, and definitely dodged disasters. And it's clear to see that near misses, well, they can happen anywhere. Anytime, and to anyone. And the only thing you can do is to keep on your toes and react to whatever comes your way. Hey! But one father's efforts to keep his children entertained send dad and kid flying, although he narrowly avoids disaster. Now, I need to warn you about this next near miss, as it is truly shocking. But just to let you know up front, the kid was fine and unhurt. But how on earth did the driver not see that kid? I'll never know. So as a lesson to all of us that drive a car, always keep an eye out before you pull away. Now, it's just an ordinary day for these kids playing in the street. Most of the kids managed to scarper, but this little guy came within a hair's breadth from coming a cropper. An empty street. Whoa, but that's one hell of a drop, though. But there's not much going on here until this. He stopped the buggy, but the baby hurtled towards a cliff edge. If it wasn't for that quick thinking, the stroller would have cascaded into the ravine with catastrophic consequences for his tiny passenger. There's another child in danger in this building. Now, if you look closer, you can see a toddler has crawled onto a window ledge, putting their life at risk. Oh, hold on, I'm not sure a long stick is going to help this. Oh, they've got a sheet now. Mind you, that could work as a makeshift crash mat. But will it work? Come on, lads, pull it out tight, that's it. It's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. Well caught, and how lucky the neighbours had their washing out, or this situation. School's out for these kids as their bus drops them off at their local stop. Oh, the kid owes his life to that trucker, whose hard braking meant he stopped just milliseconds from crushing the boy. And the roads are no safer if you're a grown-up. When you're crossing the road at rush hour, rush! Now, come on, we've all been in situations where best laid plans don't quite pay off and we end up dicing with danger. Now, here's a last-minute decision. What? When it could have been this pedestrian's last decision. Pedestrians are the most vulnerable road users, at the mercy of fast-moving vehicles, and some don't pay nearly enough attention to the road, exposing them and others to the possibility of a near miss. With the truck having no chance of stopping, the pedestrian may be safe, but all around there is total mayhem. Oh look, it's summer in Russia. We think we got it bad. Whoa, that's one icebreaker you could do without when walking along the street. It's just an average day for this Thai local as he goes about his daily business. With Thailand's famous overhead cables combined with all that water from the rainy season, this could have been the perfect storm for disaster. As a pedestrian, you've got to be on your toes to avoid danger lurking around any corner. When you're a little bit older, it's not always that easy. Hey, you're not in Benidorm, you donut! I think it might be worth checking the highway code for mobility scooters because the dodgy driving, well, appears to be catching on. Oh, it's not the same bloke, is it? Well, thank goodness for quick-thinking drivers. At any age, travel can be testing at times. With the lift being taken out of service, we can only hope this woman's brush with danger was elevated to the highest level. Now, the same could be said for this lovely senior citizen in India, happily minding her own business, praying in the middle of the road. Yeah, she was clearly praying those elusive binmen would come. See, miracles can happen. But some people might not even make it to old age because they live for the thrill of the adrenaline buzz, where near misses are the name of the game. We're now at the Oceanic television tower in Moscow, the perfect location for some boulders brass jumpers to get their next adrenaline fix. Oh, now the idea is to open the chute halfway down and glide to safety. Except this parachute is way too close to the tower. At any moment, a thin fabric could rip, sending the jumper plummeting to his death. But thankfully, a team of organisers have rushed to the balcony and managed to haul the hapless jumper to safety. And with no helmet or safety harness, this rebellious rock climber has decided to go it alone. Whoa! With the boulder weighing 200 kilograms, narrowly missing him and his mate by inches, this climb nearly turned into a catastrophic calamity. Oh, when he's wearing jogging bottoms, what a donut. From not having the right equipment to not having the right clothing, or indeed any clothing. Woohoo! I know her. And still on the slopes with a snowmobile, riding where it's par for the course to live close to the edge. Whoa, not that close.
Everybody here hard on breathing? It's because I just my pants.
Someone else with a head for heights is this adventurer flying a powered parachute. He's hoping to extinguish a flaming torch as part of a stunt. But the routine hasn't quite gone according to plan, and now he's become the flaming torch. Yeah, he took off wearing a jumpsuit and crash landed wearing hot pants. But hey! You gotta have a head for heights if you're gonna dare to attempt this. Go on, son, keep going. Yeah, see, that harness was supposed to be attached from the start. Yeah, look, it's not! Hey! He's just laughed it off. He's taking this very well for a guy who's just missed falling into the abyss. From big mountains to the big ocean now.
As we look at Fanning on the rankings, rushing to the water safety, his leash chewed off as he shakes this one off. And the water safety on catches his breath.
We've all seen the film Jaws, but Australian champion surfer Mick Fanning nearly had a starring role in the remake. With worldwide shark attacks being at a 20-year high, this was a terrifying close call seen across the globe on live TV. Right, that's it. No more Brighton Beach for me.
That's the first time I've ever seen a surfer come that close to being literally attacked in the water.
Couple punches in? I punched it in the back.
This kind of close shave is down to bad luck. But other near misses are as a direct result of our own stupid decisions. For instance, fireworks, they come with a safety warning, and choosing where to set them off is all about location, well, not a good location. Probably best to avoid lighting up next to a sewer cover, inches away from a ton of explosive methane gas. Now, the BMX park is the natural habitat of the out-and-out show-off, each trying to prove they are better than the rest. Oh, you could write this yourself, couldn't you? And when you suffer a near miss, don't take offence. We're counting up 101 near misses from all over the world. You can never predict where they're going to happen. Could be at the bus stop. In a field, maybe showing off to your mates. Whoa. Or even at the end of your street. Yeah, do you know, right, we spend a third of our lives at work. So it's no surprise that many of us suffer near misses there. Even in the relative safety of an office, you never know what's round the corner. Like this Ford pickup. He was late for his meeting, obviously. Despite the vehicle destroying most of the ground floor of this office, remarkably, nobody was hurt. Working at a car wash seems pretty simple. You direct cars in, they get washed, and they just drive away, don't they? This bloke, though, manages to nearly get run over at 3 miles an hour, followed by a quick rinse. In a busy timber yard, they're normally pretty big on health and safety, but when faced with a 20-foot mountain of logs that won't budge, this driver decides it's time for a quick fix. So he decides to cut those annoying wires holding the stack in place. What does he think's gonna happen? See, that wasn't in the instruction manual, was it? No. Now, there are some jobs, though, that definitely come with an increased risk of near misses. Window cleaning a skyscraper can command a salary 30% higher than a regular cleaner. And here's why. Oh no! If it wasn't clear what caused that mighty explosion, it was the rope on the platform which snapped, hitting a nearby power line.
Oh no!
Oh yes. If it wasn't for the safety harness and a lucky miss of a live electric cable, these two workers would have paid the price for their dangerous job.
Is he safe?
Even volunteering can be a bit of a nightmare, especially if you're on the front line at the Tour de Yorkshire ride. Come on, this is a classic. We've seen this one. You know what's going to happen, don't you? Here it is. Whoa! And to think he doesn't even get paid for that. A small crowd in India has gathered to watch these workers demolish a local water tank. One water tank down, one digger down. Luckily the driver and all the spectators still standing. Demolishing buildings really does take precision, planning and rigorous health and safety. This digger needs to weaken one of the building's support columns. Yep, he got that right, didn't he? Really, he's just a painter and decorator. At this dockyard in Central America, a complex operation is in hand to move an extremely heavy weight from one crane to another. Right, the pressure is on for everybody involved. The operator is left dangling in mid-air. Somehow, he musters up the strength to pull himself back into the cage, and what could have been a fatality in the workplace is thankfully averted. At number 70, being in a war zone is definitely a job fraught with risk, as this reporter in Iraq can testify. Saved from a sniper's bullet by the cover on his body cam. Guys, it might be time to stop filming and just take a bit of cover, yeah? Come on. A soldier won't see action on the front line till they've gone through months of training. They need to demonstrate that they're ready for battle and that they're good at throwing. Guys, come on, you had one job. The daily commute to work is also not immune to near misses. Normally commuters worry about whether the train will be leaving on time. Not if the escalator's going to swallow you whole. Or whether your handbag is going to spontaneously combust. Sometimes driving to work, you can be faced with a terrifying near miss, like here in China. Now that rubble isn't a good sign. And cars are wisely giving it a wide berth. But just when you think the danger is over, ho ho! I've heard of flat pack housing, but that's just ridiculous. Stepping away from work, now we all need a holiday from time to time, but they don't always go to plan. Relaxing on the beach, eh? What could go wrong with an action snap on a stationary jet ski? Right, hold that pose, love. Hold it, hold it. Now, thankfully, lightning reflexes saved this woman's life. And despite an untidy dismount, the jet ski's passenger walked away bruised, but unhurt. In Argentina, 3 friends are heading out catfishing. Life jackets are on. And a stunt plane from a nearby air show nearly takes the top off the boat. Probably don't feel like fishing now, do you? Don't blame you. When you're on holiday, it's always good to try something new. Chris Gursky, in the check shirt, well, he decided to give hang gliding a go whilst visiting Switzerland. Flying high like a bird in the sky, taking in amazing alpine views. Now, the only problem is Chris isn't attached to his safety harness, and he's now 4,000 feet up in the air. As the instructor desperately tries to get back on the ground, Chris clings on for dear life. A terrifying 4 minutes later, they managed to get back to the ground, with Chris miraculously escaping with just a fractured wrist and a ruined check shirt. In Florida, a group of tourists have taken a boat trip to observe some of the more than 1 million alligators residing there, happily snapping away at these crocs.
¡Vámonos! ¡Vámonos!
if only his overexcited mates would just calm down a bit, all right? Calm down. Everyone just calm down. Whoa, what a relief that the Crocs didn't snap back at him. Or he may have ended up as their mid-morning snack. Now, the fairground offers the perfect day out for many of us. But for one girl, this ride is more terrifying than electrifying. Falling forward out of her harness, she's left dangling by just her ankles. Her head just missing the ride platform by inches. This girl escaped shaken and definitely stirred, but more importantly, unhurt. Now, it's never a good idea to have things in your pockets when you're on those fairground rides. Particularly if it's your expensive mobile phone. They say toast always lands butter side down. But in this case, it looks like their phone narrowly escaped being brown bread. Result! Now, ring your mum. It was really flipping close and we really need to get out of here now. I don't think. From a stormy day to a special day. Now, a wedding should be the most perfect day in any young couple's lives. And what could be more perfect than tying the knot on a bridge? Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something old! Oh, bless him. And cue the scramble to escape a watery reception. But lucky for this bride, she also missed out on ruining her floaty white dress. And seriously, he should have his hair cut. Another waterside wedding. And the photographer is getting creative. Every bride wants one of these shots.
1, 2, 3.
All together, and up we go. Oh, and down we go. Well, that went well, didn't it, eh? A family are gathered for what millennials call a gender reveal party. Because, of course, whether you're having a boy or a girl, the world is going to need to know about it on social media.
So if the firework is pink, it's a girl. If it's blue, it's a boy.
So cameras are running at this party in Texas as family and friends congregate for the big announcement.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Here we go.
It's a boy, it's a girl. No, it's a girl, it's a boy. Nobody was injured, but what an explosive way to start the party. And if you missed it, I found out they had a little boy. We're counting up to 101 near misses, and we've seen the most death-defying, heart-stopping, and nerve-wracking near misses from all over the world.
Oh no!
But even though everybody survived to tell the tale, they'll always be grateful it was their lucky day. Now, wherever you are in the world, near misses are part of our lives, like it or not. In India, elephants on the road are standard, but they don't usually try and trash your motorbike. Doesn't seem to be this bloke's day. Across to the Far East now, where it's a lot more chilled in this Thai internet cafe. The worst that's happened here is a few minutes of shaky Wi-Fi or a sticky mouse mat. Not an uninvited reptile. With around 100,000 deaths from snake bites per year, the barefooted customers are wisely keeping well clear. In the US, a group of fishermen are strolling through a park. With bear attacks a genuine danger, they mustn't make any sudden moves. Everybody keep quiet. Shh. Except no one told this guy, who's daydreaming and seems oblivious to the danger.
Whoa!
That guy had no clue he was coming.
Luckily, it's now the bear that's daydreaming, and the fortunate fisherman has missed a mauling. And he looked like Yogi Bear, the bloke that is. Now, I'd like to think if anybody knows, I would know this, that across the world, the rules of the public performer remain the same. That is, whatever happens when there's an audience to entertain, the show, my friends, must go on. Despite a raging storm, these Russian rockers are professionals to the end. And you've lost key members of your band. You've just got to paper over the cracks. Stay calm and keep on rocking. In at 90, also hoping to avoid a terrifying fall into their huge Russian ravine, is a tightrope walker. This ambitious pro wants to take his act to the next level. He's got no safety harness and intends to start the walk with a forward roll. We've all had a bad day at the office, but this is terrifying. Full marks for the recovery. But how about just sticking to walking the tightrope in future, eh, Mush? Yeah. This beach performer has plucked a bystander from the crowd and is using him to demonstrate her deft fire twirling skills. So far, so good. Yeah, nowhere near him. That's it. There you go. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? Well, this is not what he bargained for. Do you need a beard trim, sir? Why on earth would you volunteer to do this? Don't move. Don't move. Oh! Well, that's one way to get a quick short back and sides. We've seen how near misses can happen anytime, anywhere, to anyone. But it's not just us humans who need to keep an eye out for potential disaster, as these animals will testify. In Bolivia, this dog is taking a leisurely stroll down a usually quiet country lane. Way! But little did it know that the FIA Connoisseur Championship Rally was in full flow. That was a little too close to the bone for everybody's liking. Sticking with high-speed cars, we're at Alton Park in Cheshire. Now, it's probably not the wisest idea to try and cross a racetrack once the race has started. But that didn't deter this plucky duck and her brood of ducklings. Quick, waddle faster! That's one well-organised bird getting all of her ducks in a row. From racetracks to a busy Spanish motorway, where life in the fast lane for one kitten caught between the cars might not last that much longer. But thankfully, a kind-hearted motorist finally stops. And this cat has all of its 9 lives still intact. A country road surely provides a less hazardous environment. Or maybe not. A shocking near miss for both the deer and the old deer driving. But sadly, we're coming towards the end of our roller coaster ride of near misses, and to get us over the line, just time for one last barrage of near-run things. Close shaves. Tight squeezes. And white-knuckle moments around every corner.